What's up, guys? This is Matt Peel, uh, coming back to you with the tutorial screenplay here. I'm going to run through it really quick, try to make this quick for you guys. So I'm going to start off with a general introduction. The way I think I'd like to do that is to make some kind of a montage of me asking people I know to try to mimic me producing the voiced uvular fricative, so I make the sound and say, can you try to make that? And then they try and they fail miserably, hopefully over and over again. And you can see the various ways that English speakers struggle with this sound, and that's the purpose of this intro, is just for English speakers to see that we as English speakers generally experience a lot of difficulty in producing this sound. That wouldn't be more than 30 seconds to a minute. Then I'd move on to me talking about exactly what the uvular consonant is, the importance of it, what kind of languages use it. Give a list similar to Idausa, maybe with a few extra languages. German, French, Hebrew, Arabic, on down the line, Turkish, all kinds of languages that use this. And the purpose of this concept introduction would be to convince serious language learners who are listening to this that they need this detailed understanding of this sound for a variety of languages. That this one sound, if you really understand this sound, you can use it in a variety of ways for a variety of languages. That would take about a minute. Move on to the explanation of the tongue position. So I'd start off explaining where exactly the tongue goes to produce this sound, that it's further back than a k, a hard K, but further forward than a gagging, gargling type sound. Obviously, it's on the back of the soft palate at where the soft palate meets the uvula. And I would use diagrams at this point to show this proper tongue position, and then demonstrate, right and wrong ways to do this. Demonstrate what it sounds like if your tongue is too far forward or if it's too far back. The purpose of this would be just to give the basic idea of the tongue position needed to create this uvular consonant. That would take a couple minutes, 2 or 3 maybe. Then I would move on to dichotomize the voiced and unvoiced fricative. At this point, I'd start talking about the airflow, the forced airflow through between the tongue and the soft palate and the uvula, and then talk about voicing the sound and then not voicing the sound. Demonstrate the difference. Talk about how the vocal cords are either vibrating or not vibrating. Help the viewers to understand that, and then give a couple of words, like Idausa did in his video, that show the difference between a voice vowel like b or g, as opposed to an unvoiced, consonant, voiced consonant and unvoiced consonant. Explain those different examples. The purpose of this being just to help the viewer understand the differences between voiced and unvoiced fricatives, so that they can produce them more accurately, so that they can understand when they need to make a voiced fricative, when they need to make an unvoiced fricative, and then also so they can hear them more easily as they're listening to native speakers and improving their comprehension abilities. And then also to see a demonstration of how they sound in real words, not just in theory, but in actual practice, in French words, German words, etc. That would take 2 to 3 minutes again. Then moving on to the explanation of the voiced uvular approximate, and explain how to produce that, how to keep the tongue close to the uvula but not quite touching it, and explain how that allows you to make a more fluid, quick speech pattern the way that native speakers do without even realizing it. the purpose of this is to show how the viewers can make these sounds easily, make them more accurately, to show how native speakers speak quickly and how they speak fluidly. So that would take another 2 to 3 minutes. At that point, I'd start wrapping it up. Conclusion, reiterate the importance of this consonant, the universality of it, how it affects the speed and fluidity of conversational speech in all these different languages. Ask them to give any comments, questions that they have. Get in touch with us and watch the rest of our videos. The purpose of this is just to give them something to take away, to remind them what they've watched, so that they have something to walk away with, something that they can then use, and to remind them why it matters, why it's important to learn this consonant and to really practice it and nail it down, and then obviously to drive social connections, to get them interacting with us on a social media level, and get them some kind of connection with our site beyond just watching the video. And that would take another 30 seconds to a minute, and then that would be the end. That'd be somewhere from 8 to 12 minutes, depending on the length of each of these segments. So that's right in the range that you all are asking for. So hope that's what you're looking for.